Point back at it again. Hit the like, sub to the channel. If you're not a member, also hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content, all of my videos. Salute to the whole entire Lions Den basketball as well as boxing community. And salute to all of my subs rocking with me. Day ones, as well as the new subs. And the people that don't rock with me and that tend to hate on me, both direct and indirect. I appreciate y'all too. Y'all continue to do your job the best way that you can, because I definitely welcome both the good and the bad. Okay. Um, this isn't gonna be an extremely long live, but there are some things that do need to be talked about that I haven't gotten a chance to really talk about because it's been so much stuff happening. I mean, we got the election fitting to happen. We got NFL, a whole bunch of NFL games happening. We got all types of court cases happening. We got, the Diddy case, the Young Thug. We got Lil Durk. Then in the NBA, that's going. Then we got college basketball and football going on. I mean, we just got some of everything. It's just a big old pot of gumbo going on. But nevertheless, I'm tackling it one subject at a time. So I'm just asking that y'all just bear with your boy as I get through some of these subjects that do need to be talked about and some of these subjects that we do need to cook on. Okay. Um, First and foremost, man, um, let's let's talk about this situation that's happening with uh, both Stephen A. Smith and KD. Now, like I said, man, on this channel, everything is getting carved straight down the middle. Okay, even if I don't like you or rock with you that much, I'm still gonna carve it straight down the middle, whether you like it or not. Okay, and I just have to because it's a lot of foolishness that can go on both ends. Now, Stephen A. Smith, okay, versus KD. Here's my thoughts on it. Okay, now Stephen A. Smith is, uh, we know that he's notorious for throwing the brothers up under the bus and doesn't even feel a way about it, and then he'll come back and be, apologetic or empathetic to what truly happened when one of the players or multiple players tend to check him. We all know that tends to take place with Stephen A. Smith, and we know that he's notorious for buck dancing, tap dancing, cooning, doing everything that you can to try to get up under the skin of us brothers, Uncle Tom, whatever you want to call him. Okay, token Negro, whatever. Okay, uh, what's what's up, Levi? See you in here. However, on another on another end, you have Kevin Durant, who has basically came out and he criticized Stephen A. Smith. You know, saying that basically, he is a clown. All he does is, run his mouth and that sort of thing, right? Which Kevin Durant, I'm not gonna lie to you, he's telling the truth. Um, but some people are not gonna like what I have to say right now, but it does have to be said. Okay. Um, is Stephen A. Smith is Stephen A. Smith an NBA player? No, he is not. Okay, does he know what these players have to go through? No, he doesn't. He just doesn't. Okay. Um, is you say yeah, KD was speaking the truth, but maybe Smith was on to something. Yeah, and I'm getting right to that. Please hit the like when you come in here, y'all. Please hit the like. Okay. Um, no pain. I see you in here, Ted. I see you in here, man. Welcome y'all. Welcome y'all. Welcome y'all. Now, like I said, man, y'all missed the beginning portion. If y'all missed the beginning portion, let me start back over. Basically, what I'm trying to tell y'all is that I'm gonna carve this thing straight down the middle. Okay, that's what this channel is about. Now, Stephen A. Smith, um, he generated a response to KD. Okay, after KD had basically, uh, criticized Stephen A. Smith uh, on social media, and this isn't the first time that they've had their little back and forth. Now, Stephen A. Smith, he's already gaslighted everything, and we all know that what had happened when Stephen A. Smith had called um, Kevin Durant's move the weakest move in NBA history, and then after that, people went on this surge about him being a cupcake and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think that always sits in the mind of KD. You know, especially when you look at you know Stephen A. Smith and what he does, and basically his credentials and his resume. Stephen A. Smith, you're gonna sit up there and you're gonna say, yeah, you average. I think he said it was 1.5 points in college or something like that until a cracked knee. Now, your credibility was destroyed because we know damn well, Jason Whitlock, who I'm not really a big fan of, but he outed you about how many points you actually scored in a collegiate game and stuff, and that didn't make any sense how you do it. But nevertheless, I digress. Okay, Stephen A. Smith, man, does he need to shut the hell up? Yeah, he does need to shut the hell up in this situation. But at the same token, Kevin Durant, when Stephen A. Smith has said that you done got swept the last 2 out of the 3 years, he wasn't lying about that. And what amplified, you know, things to a whole nother level is the fact that you did get swept last year in the playoffs. You got swept, and they just basically just came in there and just dominated y'all. I mean, they were. It was like the Minnesota Timberwolves were, and Ant Man and them were just playing against a JV team. That's how bad they beat y'all. So KD, the the way that you can cure everything is by winning. Now, you cured everything by winning over there in Golden State. I don't even see why you left. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, 1.5, man. 1.5. Okay, if Stephen A is your guy, man, man, I guess you do like buck dances and ass kisses, and you like guys that love to tap dance more than Gregory Hines and more than Sammy Davis Jr. because Stephen A. Smith doesn't get no play on this channel at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't listen. This guy right here, man, is more Oreo than a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He does everything to throw everybody up under the bus. What he did to Kyrie was wrong. You know what I'm saying? What he's done to KD was wrong. What he done to Kwame Brown, all that was wrong. You know what I'm saying? He a house nigga. That's what he is. You know what I'm saying? He like Samuel Jackson on Django. That's what he is. Okay. However, having said all of that, he wasn't lying about KD. In response to what KD, now he did say that he know how he always does his little kissing up before he starts to try to go in on these dudes or whatever. He'll say, yeah, he's one of the greatest players and all this other jazz and stuff like that. But then he wants to go ahead and tear him down. I mean, it is Stephen A. Smith's job to critique, but a lot of the stuff that you do say, man, uh, you gotta like if you were an analyst like a Steve Smith or like a 3D or like a Shaquille O'Neal or like a Charles Barkley or something like that. Okay, your opinion would be a little bit more validated. But the fact that you sit up there and you say some things, sometimes, man, we got a question about that. Now, you wasn't lying about KD getting swept and some of this other stuff. The voice of what? The voice of what? He ain't the voice of shit. He just loud mouth with no logic. And as a matter of fact, if Max was more of a debater, he would have annihilated Stephen A. Smith. He annihilated Stephen A. Smith a lot of times, but it was just that Max was not particularly a debater. But to be honest with you, there's been plenty of people that would destroy Stephen A. Smith. He's just loud and obnoxious, man. You know what I'm saying? And wants to do 50,000 jobs and all this other stuff. But KD has to win. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me say this. I've been critical of KD myself. KD does have to win. All that stuff that you do in the Olympics, that's great. It's just like what I was saying about Joel Embiid and some of these other guys. That's great what you're doing. You said Max only knew boxing. Nah, he knew quite a lot of other stuff. It's just that when you look at Max or whatever, he didn't come across like he was debating. Man, Shannon was had enough bravado to get the job himself. And Stephen A. Smith wanted Shannon Sharp over there. It wasn't like Shannon Sharp begged. Stephen A. Smith begged Shannon to come over there. It was the opposite. Because let's just be honest, as much as they want to say that Undisputed, the ratings were going down and stuff like that, and they were as soon as Shannon Sharp had left, the ratings they went down. But let's not act like the First Take was doing that much better. You know what I'm saying? That's why they've been bringing different people on there, even though they're significantly higher than Undisputed. But the thing about it is they they needed a guy like Shannon Sharp to come over there and had the cachet, had the popularity. Then, of course, when he did the Cat Williams interview, it pretty much just blew the roof off of everything. So everybody wanted to see some Shannon Sharp, you know. You said Maxie will mesh great with PG more than with Joel. Okay, well, I we talk. I'll talk about that later, but I'm really talking about this situation right here. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens tonight. But like I said, man, I'm on this one. I'm on the fence on both of them. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to both arguments, I can see where both of them are coming from. Here you got Stephen A. Snitch, who constantly buck dances and is a buffoon and likes to throw our own brothers under the bus. And then you have Kevin Durant, who went since he's left Golden State, he hasn't been that successful. And a lot of people hate to say that, but it's the truth. Also, man, I want to talk about DeMar DeRozan, and I also want to talk about Drake. Listen, man, Drake he's acting real bitter right now. Okay, we know that Drake, ever since that battle that done happened with K Dot and everything, he hasn't really been the same. You know what I'm saying? You sitting up in there, you trying to spark a war. You know what I'm saying? You got to wonder if he's doing this just to if he's doing it for like social media and for clout or gain his clout back and everything like that. I mean, it could be smart because now you got everybody paying attention to it. But a guy like DeMar DeRozan, and you saying that he's banned from Toronto, why you gonna ban DeMar DeRozan? If anybody, they should be banning your ass as bad as you failed to show up in that battle against KD or K Dot. You know what I'm saying? And let's just call it what it is, man. You Drake, man, dog, you you ain't built like that, man. You know what I'm saying? You talking about all these goons and stuff like that. Nah, there was a time when when Drake was seen as more of a conscious level. You know what I'm saying? Talk about females, talk about this or that, but all that gunplay and all that other stuff, man. Come on, Drake, man. Let's get up out of here with that, man. We know damn well your ass ain't built like that. You ain't up in here trying to, catch no bodies and no shit like that, man. So just stop it. And then as far as DeMar DeRozan, man, you gotta listen. DeMar DeRozan is from Compton. Hold on one sec, y'all. Now, Drake, man, you gotta realize that DeMar DeRozan is from Compton. Uh, DeMar DeRozan, man, knows some cats that ain't worried about no NBA. They ain't worried about no NFL. They ain't worried about if you're a rapper. They ain't worried about what type of status you are or anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he knows them type of cats. So you trying to get the smoke with DeMar DeRozan, and then look, we know that you in the game of tight and all that. When I talk about Drake and stuff, we know that you done been to Compton and all this other stuff, man. But man, let's just be honest, man. You know what I'm saying? You are not trying to go to war like that, Drake. You know what I'm saying? What you need to do, man, is you need to take all this anger, all this bravado that you got towards DeMar DeRozan and put it on a pen and a pad and come even harder, you know your next album that you make. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, a lot of people, they get mad when you criticize Drake and they get all in their feelings and stuff like that. But we gonna call it what it is. There are a lot of guys that have lost battles over time. Okay, I mean, Jay-Z lost a battle against Nas. Did that stop Jay-Z from doing anything? No, it did not. Matter of fact, Drake, I seem to remember when Meek Mill, when you beat Meek Mill in the battle. Drake butt dance for Hell's Angels. They didn't help him versus yeah. Um, but Drake, you defeated Meek Mills. Meek Mills took his L, and it didn't stop Meek Mills from doing anything. No, you know what I'm saying? There have been guys that LL Cool J. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people felt like Cannabis defeated LL. You know what I'm saying? It could have went either way. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about LL Cool J and Cannabis. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people felt like LL Cool J lost that battle. You know, like there have been different rap battles, and you said Drake shouted out them in God's plan. Yeah. Yeah, but the thing about it is, Chad, man, like I'm looking at it from a perspective of, okay, you got to move on, man. We understand that you angry. We understand that you lost your battle and everything like that, but it's really not the end of the world. And as a matter of fact, you could bounce back and be even stronger. Now, I know that they not like us. It's being played everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it might sit in to people's minds and stuff like that. But you can't sit up here and try to take that anger out on a guy who actually was a pretty decent player for your franchise. Now, did he get over the hump like a Kawhi Leonard? No. But DeMar DeRozan, yeah, Drake should do a Degrassi. Yeah, I mean, look, bro, like, just focus on other things. Everybody has taken the L. You got to hold this L, man. Like, J. Cole is holding the L. J. Cole is holding the L when it came to KD. You know what I'm saying? You don't see him up in there trying to spark any type of war or anything like that, man. So, man, Drake, just sit down with all that, man. Sit down with all that, man. You really you do look like a clown. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You said Eminem holding L. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, bro. Everybody has you know, everybody gets knocked off of the hill. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake, he was on top of the hill at one point, but K Dot came through. Kendrick Lamar came through and pretty much took the mantle. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he did. And you poked the bear. Let's just call it what it is. You poked the bear. Like you woke a sleeping giant. That's what you did. You woke a sleeping giant. And K Dot came through and pretty much annihilated you. And it is what it is. Rapping is just as competitive as a sport. And that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So uh I'm gonna end it on that. Now, let me talk let me talk about this situation, man, with the Bucks, man. Um the Bucks got destroyed by John Morant and got destroyed by the Memphis Grizzlies. I think it was 122. 122, you say K Dot nickname is the boogeyman. Yeah, man. Um, listen, bro. And I do want to. I hope what's his name recovers well from that burglary that happened. Um, uh, hold on one second, y'all. Bobby Porter's. I hope he had his house burglarized and everything. But listen, man, it's time to have a conversation about the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? I think it was the Cavs. Was it the Cavs? I think it was the Cavs they played. First, I know they got beat real bad by the Cavs, and then of course they got beat by the Memphis Grizzlies. I know they got beat really bad by the Memphis Grizzlies. But either way, the Bucks are terrible, man. And um, listen, this to me has been the worst. I think this has been the worst decline that I've seen in quite some time. You got the Milwaukee Bucks that have just completely fell off the surface from the time that they won that championship. Um, and a lot of people are on the Bucks. They wouldn't be on the Bucks as much if they didn't have Damian Lillard or if they didn't have Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Like if they didn't have those two there, and then of course they got Doc Rivers, which two of those three guys are champions, then they wouldn't be talking about them as much. Now they don't have Middleton. What's up, Alex? They don't have Middleton, which now you see the really uh, value in a guy like Middleton. But at first, you didn't really like a lot of people didn't appreciate a guy like Chris Middleton. I've always appreciated a guy like Chris Middleton. But let's just call it what it is, man. The Bucks have not been the same, and we all know that it was two things. It was Drew Holiday and them firing Adrian Griffin. Man, look, bro. Um, I think Doc Rivers is he's on thin ice right now. Um, I mean he's really on thin ice. I think that the Bucks they're punching the air because they got rid of Adrian Griffin. Um, and I think that Doc leaving, that's going to do some good. And we also got to point the finger at Damian Lillard. Okay. Dame, man, he's been putting up horrible numbers. I think like 4 points or something like that. Like, just, man, he just been playing awful, man. And I like what Steve Smith had to say, man. Um, Smitty has said this, man, and I wanna leave y'all with this. He said that the Bucks can't defend. He also said this, which I thought was a good idea too. I think that what's up, beautiful brown sugar. I see you in here, sweetie. I think that the Bucks should move Giannis to the five. Let that sink in because then that's going to open up more things for them. That was a good idea. Move him to the five on the regular. Now, on the regular. If you do that, that will open things up for the Bucks. But they're gonna have to do something. And on top of that, they have a lot. They have a lot of aging guys on there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta realize Brook Lopez, he's aging. Dame Lillard is not no spring chicken. You know what I'm saying? Giannis, he's not old, but Giannis does have a lot of mileage. Even though he's averaging, I think Giannis is averaging like 28 and 11 or something like that. You know, but the Bucks are just they're becoming one of the worst teams right now, and their franchise is actually looking to be like one of the most dumbest franchise because how could you make a dumb move like that, firing Adrian Griffin for Doc Rivers? You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of guys weren't getting along. Bobby Portis was one of the main ones that wasn't getting along uh, with Adrian Griffin. And then also another thing is they let go of Dante DeVasino, who now he's playing with the Minnesota Timberwolves. But then he was a really good piece in New York, which I felt was a dumb trade too as well. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But the Bucks are gonna have to do something. I could see them trying to make some moves um, before the before the deadline. Now, here's what's interesting. I think they have a year or two between before they can exercise their player option, and I'm talking about Dame and I'm talking about Giannis. So that's going to be an interesting situation to look at. But I don't see the Bucks getting better unless they make some key moves. But anyway, like I said, man, if y'all caught me late, it was because uh, I've been on here for quite some time. I said I wasn't gonna stay on here that long. I just wanted to talk to y'all, let y'all know how I felt about that situation regarding Drake and also that situation with hold on one sec, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. Wait, Stephen A. Smith and KD. But yeah, I'm about to bounce. Ambassador. I'm gonna talk about Drake in a whole nother video when I get some more time, man. But Drake, man, you making Canada look bad right now. But salute to y'all, man. I'm gonna go ahead and ride out and shout out to the whole entire LDBC. To them, man. Straight to the point. I'm out.